Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your girl Mitzi, and this is Mitzi. Let's think about it. Today, we're thinking about the benefits of laughter. Yes, that is something we are thinking about today. And I have Cathy back onto the show because I enjoyed her the first time as we were thinking about worms. And now we are thinking about the benefits of laughter. So, thank you so much, Cathy, for coming back onto my show. Let's dive right in. When you hear the words, the benefits of laughter, what does that make you think about?
It makes me feel about high vibration, magic medicine, love, joy, and feeling good. When we feel good, we do good. And laughter
Mm.
gets us there. Laughter is the
Yes,
main benefit is that it's the opposite of stress.
right? It's the opposite. So it's like, is there any real cons when it comes to laughter then?
That's a great question. Yes, there can be a thing where you're laughing too much that you can't stop laughing, and you're laughing and laughing and laughing, and you literally can't stop. Then you can actually go into a stress response.
Oh,
If you like, not if you're laughing with your friends, ah ha ha, you're just having fun. But if you're laughing kind of hysterically and you can't control your
control.
laughter, it can turn into a stress response. Yes. But that's the only
Oh.
thing. But don't worry about that, everybody.
Right? As long as it's not forced or like like unneeded, I think it's just when it comes naturally, like if it's in the moment and you enjoying the moment, you know what I mean? I think that it's no harm, you know what I mean? There's no real harm besides that right there. And I'm glad that you shared that so that people can realize like is this coming from a genuine place? You know what I mean? Like am I being sincere? Because there's a lot of people who just fake it to make it, but then it has bad negative effects in the long run when you continue to live in that path. So it's like, when did you realize that you needed to bring more laughter into your life?
Mm. Just quickly, we'll dip back into the thinking about worms. In 2012, 10 years into my worm mission, one more person said, Ew, worms in the house. And I heard it, I felt it, I questioned it. And I was like, about to doff my important worm mission. And I was introduced to laughter yoga the very next day.
Oh,
There's no
and
mistakes.
what is laughter yoga?
Laughter yoga was started in 1995 by a medical doctor, Dr. Madan Kataria, and his
Okay.
goal is world peace. How
Oh,
beautiful. I love
yes.
that he's a doctor, first of all, because it gives it street cred. It's not just somebody came up with the idea of laughing. Have you ever heard the expression laughter's the best medicine?
I have.
Right? It's scientifically proven, Mitzi. It's so beautiful. They've done research with cancer patients, with people doing dialysis, in corporations to help team building, depression, anxiety, PTSD, addictions. Because
Mm.
when we're laughing, we're secreting, oh, and I'll get back to what it is. When we're laughing, we're secreting the love drugs, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and
Yeah.
endorphins. Have you had your daily dose? Yes, the acronym. Versus cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine when we're stressed. We're in charge of our own pharma. We're secreting. Like, what do you choose to secrete? Are you going to stick in
Mm.
the stress, like watching the news? It's so scary. When we're in
Mm.
fear, we're secreting all those stress chemicals. When we're in joy and we're like, wow, I wake up every day and I think, I wonder what I'm going to be awed by today. What am I going to be wowed by? And if we
Mm.
go wake up with that kind of child mind, that mind of, wow, what is the world got for me today? Instead
Yeah.
of, oh my gosh, all these tasks. It's a
Yeah.
whole different energy, right? Like it's like,
It is.
oh, look at my to-do list. What if we go, look at my to-do list? Wow, I get to do all these things.
Oh, I love that. Oh, how I love that because I was speaking to somebody and they're just ready for death, to be honest. They're just ready to be done with the world because they don't see no point and no value of anything else anymore because they've been there, done that, they've seen it all, they've done it all, and now they're just ready to just die. And I'm just like, that is so sad that you just are not able to just still find joy and still find something to find and be in awe in when there's so much to be in awe in. You must not have really done it all if you can't even find the preciousness of just life. You know what I mean? Like, in your opinion, what would you say to somebody who is on that road?
There's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, Mitzi, and no judgment. If people are listening, stay tuned. This is not about, oh gosh, just get over it. It's not that
Yeah.
simple. It's not because it's years and maybe decades of suppressing those emotions. We need
Hmm.
to express those emotions. The emotions are not, they're just an energy. Just like laughter's
Yeah.
a vibration, so is anger. But anger, it's really interesting because anger is not interesting, but it's a thing. Anger is governed by the liver, so each of the organs kind of take care of emotions. Liver is what detoxifies our body. So if we're repressing our anger, if somebody has explosive anger, they want to tamp it down. They're like, "Oh, I'm afraid of my anger." And so is my family, right? Like they might be like, everybody's afraid because, and so that's,
Yeah.
oh, this is so exciting because when we understand the role that anger plays, which is just, it's just an energy, it's just an emotion, we need to go, what am I angry about? Huh. And just look at that and then let it go. Maybe you need to forgive somebody, maybe it's yourself. If we hold on to it, anger builds on each other and then it starts blocking our energy. Then we may get, here's some signs that you have repressed anger. PTSD, a lot of people struggling with that today.
Yeah.
Insomnia, fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
um, there's a whole whack of illnesses related to anger, repression. Imagine the PTSD, just talking about that. And it's not just people that have been in war, but if you went to war and then you came back, it makes sense. You've seen stuff that you can't even talk about with your
Yeah.
family, with people. You can't just talk about that with people because they wouldn't understand, first of all,
Exactly.
and they
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. We can't handle what goes on. So
Yeah.
you repress that, and then it gets in your body, then you get inflamed, then more problem. So it's just blocked. And just, I'm saying just, it's not just because it's years of building. What would I say to people? I would say there is a choice. Every day is a new day. And it's not just an expression, it's the truth. We can wake up
Yeah.
and go, okay, today, what do I've got to be grateful for?
Yeah.
Okay, I woke up. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm healthy. If you're not healthy, love your body where it is. That's the key to start healing is loving your body like, okay, beautiful body,
Yeah.
you got me this far.
Yeah.
Thanks. Let's keep going. What do you need? Talk to your body. What do you need today from me? Maybe it's more water.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a walk around the block. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a connection with a friend.
Hmm.
Because when I think since 2020, there's a lot of people really struggling, Mitzi. Because how
Yeah.
do you torture people?
Oof.
Isolation.
Yeah.
Isolate, right? Even when you're in jail, you don't want to be in social or solitary confinement.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are very valid points because we don't realize that it can have longer effects on our body. You know what I mean? When we repress our emotions, it takes a toll on our organs in our system. I mean, that's the reason why they say that stress is the leading cause to heart attack. You know what I mean? It's not those clogged arteries, it's those clogged stressors that have not been released, have not been acknowledged, had not been letting go, and it truly makes you realize, like, just as anger and that hate can be contagious, so can smiling, so can laughter, so can joy, that can also be contagious. And if you just embody that and spread it out wherever you go, somebody may be willing to impart that on their lives and share it on in the world. So do you also think that laughter can be contagious?
Absolutely. And you talked about fake it till you make it. That used to be what we said at the beginning of a club. Like, if you don't feel like laughing, laugh anyway. The body doesn't know the difference between real and simulated laughter.
Oh, I
The
didn't
brain
know
does,
that.
the ego does,
Okay.
right? The body's like, pum, 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 secreting the love drugs. And we're like, oh, it's fully oxygenated. We're having a party down here. And our brain's going, what the heck? What are you
Yeah.
laughing at? There's no jokes. What's going on here? Stop it. Because the brain's role is to keep us safe and conserve energy. So that's why we go into the same routines when we see family,
Mhm.
Thanksgiving dinner, whatever, and then, oh, we're back in that same. kerfluffle again. We can break the pattern. How exciting. We don't have to
Yeah.
stay there. We can be like, okay, rise above and change. Norman Cousins wrote a book. He was diagnosed with an illness, and the doctor said, "Get your affairs in order, like you're going to die." And
Mm.
he was like, "I'm not ready." He was a
Yeah.
journalist, so
Oh,
he
okay.
started laughing. He
Oh,
started watching funny shows. He actually got kicked out of the hospital. They're like, "You're too noisy." So he booked a hotel room and he spent hours just watching Laurel and Hardy and comedies and just laughing. And he said that 2 hours of 10 to 15 minutes of deep belly laughs gave him 2 hours of pain-free sleep. And he wrote a book called Anatomy of an Illness, so he lived for several years more
oh wow.
like he cured himself and all is well. And he said in the book, sickness equals sadness. When we're
Mm.
sick, when our body's sick, we feel sad, we're depressed, right? So he said, therefore, is the opposite true? Does happiness equal health or health equal happiness? Right?
Mm.
So it's kind of something to think about because it's our mind, body, spirit. It's not one, they're not separate. They're all together. So I said I would talk about laughter yoga. So started in India. And laughter yoga is not doing yoga and laughing. It's laughing as a cardiovascular exercise.
Mm.
The yoga part of laughter yoga is the practice of the laughter and the deep diaphragmatic breathing.
Huh.
It's so beautiful. So there's little games. So it's not jokes or comedy. There's little games to inspire the laughter for those that need it. Laughter people are like, okay, let's laugh. Ha ha ha. And we're laughing. We're having a party. In a laughter club, there's clapping. So you're clapping palm to palm. You're activating meridians. So you get energy just by clapping like this. So
Okay.
good. The rhythm is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the words are ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And those words, our diaphragm is attached to all of our kind of internal organs. And
Mm.
so when we laugh, it's like internal jogging, moving all those organs.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
many
that's
benefits.
fascinating. Yeah, that truly is fascinating
Mhm.
because you can really concentrate and focus on just doing that. I mean, that right there is just, oh my goodness, the breathing and just, oh my goodness, getting well. Like I spoke to somebody who told me how you're breathing, if you start breathing through your nose, and it'll actually help you in the night so that you can actually sleep better and sleep deeper, and actually can help you eventually prevent Alzheimer's and memory issues, you know what I mean? So it just shows like everything really is tied together. It's all linked in one way or another. And if we just try to embody the laughter into our lives, and the awe and the amazement, and just find that childlike innocence in ourselves as adults, I mean, then we can really find joy and find and feel the benefits of laughter in our lives. Ugh, I think that's truly amazing. I mean, I guess to really make it clear for the people out there, what are some real techniques besides what you just stated to really help people bring more laughter into their lives?
Attending a laughter club is a great way because it's a challenge. Even as a trained professional, it's a challenge to laugh by myself.
Okay.
Like I can laugh, ha ha ha. It's not as fun.
Yeah.
When you laugh with somebody, it's fun, even if it's just made up, even if you're just laughing, you start laughing, it is contagious. So then you're pinging off each other and it's the energy. So then the energy is bigger with two or more.
Mhm.
And it's a beautiful thing. And I wanted to say for anyone that's struggling with their mental health, many people, I was surprised when I came to laughter yoga, how many trained laughter professionals came from depression. They
Wow.
might have been even like my master trainer. He suffered from depression and was medicated.
Wow.
And he said that the laughter saved his life. He was still suffering from depression, but the laughter helped him. And with when he got trained as a master trainer, his role of training teachers and leaders helped him in his own daily life because you are what you act. So if
Mhm.
you're acting happy, guess what? You become happy. If you act
Yeah.
sad, if you act depressed and you're looking at the news, stop it. because the news isn't there to fill our soul. The news is there to, I don't know, it feels like it's there to bring us down. So we can all be on this fear plane. Like,
Yeah.
so afraid. And people will say to me, Kathy, how can I laugh? There's so many things going on in the world. My response is we have to laugh because there's so many things going on in the world. We're not laughing
Yeah.
at the situation. We're laughing because of.
Exactly. It's like food, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, food may be getting like more expensive, but doesn't mean that you're gonna stop eating. You know what I mean?
Mm,
You're still going to eat. You're still going to figure out to make it work one way or another. But I feel like that's another way to look at laughter. Like, and you can find the simplest things. Oh, look, a puppy fell from the trying to climb up a stairs. How cute, how funny, you know what I mean? Something so simple like, oh, a bug is crawling on the wall. I wonder where it's going, get imaginative, you know what I mean? Think of things that you wouldn't necessarily think of and put that what if factor because then it becomes interesting, then it becomes funny, then it becomes, what if, you know what I mean? And I think being on the positive side of what if really does changes you. And I agree there's only so much news I can watch in a day or in my lifetime before I
mm.
start freaking out. And sometimes I avoid I avoid some people's calls because I know they just finished watching the news and I know and I know they're just gonna tell me things that just scare them and to try to scare me. And I'm just like, listen, I love you, but I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
right now, I just want to enjoy the moment of peace because if the world is gonna end tomorrow, don't I deserve to at least enjoy it? You know what I mean? Enjoy it in
yes.
whatever way that I can. So yeah, I agree with you. I think we have to have some moderation with the reality of life and not the fantasy because it's not necessarily fantasy, but it's like the joy, you know what I mean? The joy that's still part of life because it's like riding on a two-way highway. There's some going up, some going down, you know what I mean? But it's going to be there. So it's just like where is your track? Where are you heading? You know what I mean? Are you heading towards the positive side of the spectrum? Are you going to find joy? Are you going to find that laughter within you, that childlike laughter where you could feel it in your stomach and it makes you crunch your legs together so you don't pee? You know what I mean? Like those little moments it's amazing because it's like you really do find joy in the smallest of ways. So it's like to start I know we have to start wrapping up the show and it sucks because I feel like we can continue on talking about this, but what can be some lasting words to leave us off with to keep on thinking?
I wanted to go back to the liver and anger.
Yeah.
If we look at a situation from a positive lens,
Yeah.
then it helps to cultivate compassion.
Yes.
And compassion feeds the liver.
Mm. Okay.
So, so whatever we're looking at, um, we can come there from a negative, like, oh, la da da, and then it just makes us more angry and we're not compassionate. But imagine if we can build our compassion and we start seeing the other person as a person and not the other. If we stop looking at them as us and them, we're all one. We're all in this together. We really are.
We really
And
are.
yeah, so I would say, oh, just be kind to yourself. If we want to, have a loving relationship, it starts with us. We need to start being in love with ourselves wherever we are. If you're overweight, that's okay. Just say, "Oh, my beautiful body, you're so abundant. Look at you. You're such an abundant, beautiful body. Thank you. What do we need to do to be
Yeah.
a healthy, beautiful, abundant body?" Or if you're
Exactly.
not well, your body got you to where you are. How do you get it to the next stage? With love, with forgiveness, with these high vibration things, and they're not woo-woo. This is scientifically proven that if we look at things glass half full, we have a much more enjoyable life. We attract happier people. Things happen. Like you look at people that are happy and positive, like they're the ones that find the things on the dollar on the road, or they get the call, they get the opportunities because it's energy, and people are attracted to high vibration energy.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100%. The other day, I was walking to my car and I found a dime on the floor and I was so happy. Just a dime. It was just a clear as day. I seen it on the floor. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I found a dime." I mean, for some like it's just a dime. Why not just leave it there? But it's like it's a dime, and it still has value. And it's something so little, but it reminded me of when I was a kid and I used to find change on the floor walking around, and it brought me so much joy, and it brought me back to that place. And it was so peaceful to know that I can still have that innocence and still have that joy of just finding a simple dime. So, yes, I agree. Just having that moment and just realizing the same way we can feed our anger is the same way we can feed our joy, feed our happiness, feed our laughter, feed everything to the point where we can really live a fulfilling life. And I even read a study where this woman, she was like comatose, like she couldn't move her body, she was in a coma, but her ears were, I mean, she was obviously still functioning, and her father still like tried to tell her jokes, like still laugh, still try to do these things. And when she woke up from a coma, she said, "Yeah, Dad, I heard everything." It brought
Mm,
me joy. It brought me joy to know that
wow.
you were there. Like it kept me going. You know what I mean? And how beautiful. Like we don't know, but somebody else might. They like she didn't even have her body. She didn't have anything. All she had was her mind. And if all you have is your mind, oh, you can still do so much with that. And you can
Mm,
say thank you for being so functioning. Thank you for being so amazing that I don't even understand you. Thank you. And like you can just do the smallest of things. So like I agree what you said. If we embody that, then it can take a toll on us in a positive way. And then it'll start making a ripple effect onto the environment, to the other people that we're exposed to, because they're gonna be like, you know what, Kathy, if you come around her, you're gonna need a laugh, or you're gonna come around her, you're gonna need a smile. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what people should strive for. Like not like,
mm,
oh, you don't want to come around Mitzi because she's a little negative. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that.
right.
So it's just like we really do have to think about that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this conversation, because how could you not? Please go check out Kathy. Go find her lovely websites all about laughing, all about finding that joy. Join her club. Join in this process of just finding that joy within us so that we can spread it out into this world. So with that being said, please, please, please always keep thinking, y'all. Bye.